Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our third annual coloring contest. This year, we're kicking off the event during Week of the Young Child. If you're not familiar with Week of the Young Child or haven't seen the great events happening, hop onto our website and check out the calendar on there. It is Artsy Thursday today, and we hope that you enjoy today's virtual art class for the coloring contest as we celebrate Artsy Thursday as well. We're so excited to have you join us either live for this art class or in the replay, whatever works for you. Just thank you for being here. And last year we received nearly 300 submissions through our coloring contest. And this event helps build awareness of the important role that quality early childcare plays in our community. From getting children off to a great start with their education to helping support a healthy workforce. Early childhood care and education is a building block for our entire community, and it really affects everyone, even if you don't have young children. So this event really helps get the word out about that and helps people understand a little bit more about early education and what we do. This year's coloring contest, each year we make a new coloring sheet and it has a prompt. And this year our prompt is when I am older, and we can't wait to see what you come up with. We also added in a caregiver category this year. So if you're someone who, like a parent, teacher, older sibling, anyone over the age of 12, and you want to participate along with the kids in your care that you're hanging out with, you are totally welcome to do so. So please submit an entry as well. And we're already getting some really amazing entries in. They're really fun to see. And we hope that everyone will help promote the event and get other people inspired to participate too by posting a picture of your entry or your child's entry and using the hashtag Let's Color 2022 on social media. So, and just by doing that, you also get entered in to win prizes. So that's enough from me today. So let's just jump right into our class. Are you excited? We are super excited. And to let us know that you're here, please like or post an emoji in the comments and show us how you're feeling. So today we're learning to make coil pots with Teri Whitesitt from Next of Kiln. Teri teaches pottery classes at her studio in Three Forks and welcomes children and family participation. You can find out more about her work and even get some ingredients and tools to make a coil pot of your very own at home on our website. So check that out at cccmontana.org. Just go to the calendar and you'll be able to find a link to today's event. So without further ado, here's Teri.
Hi kids, my name's Teri and I am a potter. That means that I make things out of clay. I make bowls and cups and plates and all sorts of cool things. And then when I'm done with them, I fire them in my big ovens, and these are called kilns, K-I-L-N. That's my great big one. I'll take you all the way down inside. But that is called a kiln. And it gets so hot that it actually glows red. So I'm going to turn my camera. These are some things that my daughter and I have made. And there's my sign for my business, Next to Kiln Pottery. And I'll take you inside my studio. So when you first come in, on both sides, you can see some of the things that I have made out of clay. I made these on the potter's wheel. And I've got all of this fun stuff here for sale. And I've got my mugs over here and some glasses. There's some honey pots. These guys are called porky pots. You actually you cook bacon on them. Crazy, huh? And then I've got some bowls down here. And then over on this shelf, this is where my customers can come in and choose a piece that I made here in the studio, and you can paint them. So I've done birthday parties and, you know, friends get together, families come in, and paint. So anyway, little sampling of that. This shelf is all things that I have made for customers and I need to get glazed, and glazed is just another name for painting. I had some customers come in and they actually have been working on this, on Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus, for a couple of months. They just finished them on Saturday, and the little girl had extra time on her hands, so look at that. She painted that all by herself. She's 14. She's not really little. She's bigger than you guys, but still just a kid. And then here's where I'm going to be doing my demonstration. This is my potter's wheel. So I put my clay on here and I turn it on and it spins around. Then I'm able to make those bowls and cups and plates. One of my favorite things to do in the entire world, right there. The rest of my studio, here's some bowls that some customers made on the wheel and then they came back and glazed. And there are buckets and buckets and buckets of different colors of glaze. I don't have running water, so I actually have to get water from my house and I throw it in this bucket here. And then this is just like a garden hose. And then I've got a sink. And I made my sink. My daughter, I have a 13-year-old daughter, and she glazed it. And I wish that I would have written down what she did because I think it's beautiful. And then all of the water drains into that bucket. So I have to haul lots and lots of water. Anyway, I will see you back in just a moment for a demonstration on how to make your own pot. All right, here we go. So I always like to work on newspaper because the clay doesn't stick. So what you're going to do is you're going to take, I'm going to move this guy out of the way just for a second. You're going to take a little chunk of your clay and you're going to roll it into a ball. Doesn't need to be perfect, but just kind of round. And then you're going to take a rolling pin, and this is just a little piece of a dowel that I have out in the studio. And you're just going to roll it out to about 1/4 of an inch. And I just use a jar lid. You can use a yogurt container is round to make a round base. You can use a cookie cutter. You can use a glass. But I just have this jar lid. Take the extra away. All right. I'm going to set that right there. So that's going to be the bottom of my pot. And I need to go get a scratch tool. Just a second. So I have these special scratch tools, and it's actually called a scoring tool. And you can use a knife or a fork or a toothpick, but what you just want to do is you just kind of want to scratch the surface of where you're going to put your snake. Yes, I said snake. We're going to be making snakes. Move this over here. I'm going to take this piece of clay and squish it up. And first thing I want to do to make my snake, I want to roll it between my hands. You can also roll it on the table. And you want to kind of start off with a hot dog shape. And then you're going to keep rolling it. You want to try to keep it nice and round. You can see right here mine is trying to get flat. If it gets flat, just roll it up on the edge and try to round it out again. Boy, mine's really wanting to get flat. And yours might too, and that's okay. Because you know what? The cool thing about art, can you guys figure out what I'm going to say? What's the cool thing about art that is so amazing? I think the cool thing about art is that everybody's art is different. And no two pieces are ever alike. Even when I try to make two pieces alike, they're always a little bit different. So I've got my clay scratched, and that's called score. You score your clay. We don't use glue when we stick clay together, but you scratch it, and then you apply a little bit of pressure, and it will stick. So I'm going to go ahead and move my snake all the way around. Now that I've got him on, I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure all the way around. Make sure he's nice and stuck on there. And then I'm going to score the top of this one. Because I'm just going to continue taking that snake and making my coil pot taller. So again, I'm going to take another chunk of clay, go ahead and roll out another snake. Don't let it bite you. I know, I'm pretty funny, huh? And I am rolling out a snake, rolling out a snake. And I get a lot of kids that come into the studio to make things or to paint things. So it would be fun to see some of you someday. And then you could say, hey, I saw you. You taught me how to make a coil pot. All right, so I'm going to continue scratching the top of that. All right, so right here is where I'm going to add my next coil. And I'm just going around and around, and I'm pushing that clay just a little bit. I'm not squishing it, because you don't want to squish those beautiful coils that you made. Oh, I gotta stop there because, you know why I took it off? Because it's not scratched, so it won't stick. It has to be scratched or it won't stick. Wherever you touch two pieces of clay together, they've got to be scratched. Or do you remember the pottery word I used to call it? It's called scored. So I'm just pushing that clay down into each other. Again, I'm going to score all the way around the top of my snake. I think I'm going to put one more layer on. I don't want this pot to be too tall. If you get it too tall, there's a good chance that it could collapse, fall down and break, and we don't want tears. This should be a happy activity. So I'm going to go ahead and make another snake, rolling out a snake. There should be a snake song. Let's see if I used to teach kindergarten. I taught kindergarten for lots and lots of years. I know a worm song. I guess you could call these worms. But if rolling these snakes out is really, really hard, you can ask your family or your teacher, wherever you're at making these. I bet there's somebody out there that would help you. So again, I'm going to take this snake and I'm going to start him right there. I'm going to go all the way around. And when I don't have any scratching left, I'm going to stop. I'm going to scratch it. I don't know quite how long this guy is, so I'll scratch it to there and maybe about that much more. Perfect. All right, and then I'm going to just kind of push that clay down into each other. And right here, watch this, you can just kind of press it. So it looks like it's nice and finished. Now from here, you can put some things on the top of your pot. I'm going to put 4 little balls. I'm going to take a little piece of clay, and I'm going to roll it in my hands until I end up with a little ball. And then remember, you're going to score or it won't stick. And I'm going to stick that guy right there. And I kind of have to pinch it on there. Because if you have a nice round ball, it's going to roll right off. And I'll do another one right here. A little tiny bit of clay. That's too much. And I'm gonna roll it. And again, I'm gonna put it in that scratched piece of clay and I'm gonna kind of squish it down in there. And I'll do another one. Oop, that one went on the floor. And I'm gonna roll it into a ball. I'm gonna scratch over here and I'll scratch over here too because I'm gonna be working over there in just a second. So I'm gonna set that little piece of clay there. Kind of pinch it down. And one more. Rolling, rolling. And you can add as many little balls on top of this. You could put sticks in it. You could put feathers in it. You could put some cool little rocks that you found in the clay. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with your clay. But look at that. Isn't that cool? You could put more. But this, what am I going to use this for? I think I'm going to put my coins in there. Sometimes I get change when I go to the grocery store and they give me coins and I don't really have a place to put it. So now I have a really cool little pot here that I made. So I'm going to let this probably dry for about a week. And then I'm going to get my favorite either acrylic or you can even use watercolor and paint it. Any way that you want it, and just get creative and have fun. This is your piece of pottery. So anyway, I hope you had fun. See you later.
That was so great. We have some little guys at home and I can't wait to do this project with them. Thank you so much, Teri, for joining us and sharing your skills and knowledge about pottery. We hope everyone really enjoyed the class. Don't forget to like or comment, share, anything like that, and you could have a chance to win a really fun prize. We'll notify everybody on Monday of who our winners are for that prize. And then just a reminder, we are doing virtual art classes every Thursday. You can join them live or again, watch them in the replay. They're also on our YouTube channel, so you can find them there as well. And next week, we hope you'll come back to join us again, and we're doing potato stamp art. So this will be really fun. I also just wanted to give a shout out to our sponsors and everyone who's helping to make this event possible in our communities. And so I want to say thank you to Montana Radio Company. You might hear some ads on the radio, Bozeman Daily Chronicle, and Helena Independent Record for helping us out as well. Painted Pot and Arts on Fire. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day.